I need to get this off my chest because this situation has spiraled into something unbelievable. Let me take you back to the start so you can grasp how this chaos unfolded. My husband, Ethan, 41, male, and I, Olivia, 29, female, have been on a long journey to start a family. Years of fertility treatments, endless medical visits, and emotional roller coasters marked our path. It was tough, but we finally got the news we'd been praying for. 4 months ago, I discovered I was pregnant. We were thrilled beyond words. To celebrate, my best friend hosted an incredible baby shower for me. It was meant to be a joyful, carefree day surrounded by loved ones, celebrating this milestone. But then my sister-in-law, Lily, 25, female, entered the picture. Lily has always craved the spotlight. Whenever someone has good news, she finds a way to make it about herself. I didn't think much of it at the time, too caught up in my excitement for the baby shower. I assumed even if she tried to steal the moment, the focus would stay on me and my baby. I was so wrong. We were all gathered, opening gifts, laughing, and enjoying the day. Then, out of nowhere, Lily stood up, tapped her glass, and signaled for attention. I thought she was about to give a heartfelt toast. Instead, she started by expressing her happiness for Ethan and me, then dropped a bombshell. She was pregnant too, with twins. I was genuinely happy for her. Twins are a big deal, and I could imagine her excitement. But her announcement was so theatrical. She gave a long, dramatic speech about keeping her pregnancy a secret for weeks, but feeling compelled to share her joy with everyone. Then she said something that floored me. She announced that, to make it even more special, she was naming her twins after Ethan and Olivia. She called it a touching tribute to our ordinary marriage, adding that it would make us feel like siblings. Naming her kids after us. That felt strange, almost invasive. Once the shock faded, I pulled her aside to talk. I said, "Lily, I'm thrilled for you, but naming your twins after us isn't a good idea. It'll cause confusion, and frankly, it feels odd." She didn't take it well. She got defensive, saying, "I can't believe you're so upset about this. I thought you'd be honored. This is a tribute to you both." I tried to clarify that it wasn't about negativity. It was about boundaries and avoiding complications. But she refused to listen. Instead, she told everyone at the shower that I was envious of her news and projecting my fertility struggles onto her. That stung deeply. My infertility journey has been one of the hardest chapters of my life, and for her to weaponize it was cruel. It felt like she was twisting my pain to paint herself as the victim. Now, she's been spreading the same narrative to our family, claiming I'm jealous and trying to steal her moment. Some family members are even siding with her, saying things like, "She's just excited, be happy for her," or "Maybe you're overreacting." But I am happy for her. I'm ecstatic about her twins and would never dim her joy. That doesn't mean I have to be okay with her naming her kids after us. It's a major decision that affects us too, not just her. And her comment about our ordinary marriage, that still hurts. It feels like she's belittling our relationship to prop up her own. Maybe I'm overanalyzing, but this has left me hurt and frustrated. I wanted my baby shower to be a blissful day, but it turned into a drama fest. Now I'm navigating the fallout while trying to focus on my pregnancy. What do you think? Am I overreacting? Update 1. Hi everyone, I'm back with an update sooner than expected because things have gotten even messier. I need some advice and maybe a little support. After the baby shower, I tried to steer clear of Lily. I figured avoiding her would calm things down, but instead she escalated. She started posting vague social media updates about how some people can't handle her happiness and how blessed she is to be expecting twins. She didn't name me, but it was clear who she meant. Then came the texts, first casual ones like, "Hope you've reconsidered." I didn't reply, unsure of what to say. Her messages turned snarky. "Hope you're not still mad about the names. It's not a big deal." Finally, I couldn't take it anymore and texted back, "Lily, I've made my stance claros, please respect it." Her response, "Wow, didn't realize you were so touchy. Guess I'll stop sharing my pregnancy with you." It was infuriating. She acted like I was the problem when all I did was ask her not to use our names. Things escalated further when my mother-in-law, Margaret, 58, female, called a family meeting to sort things out. Lily had been complaining to her about how I was ruining her pregnancy, and Margaret thought a sit-down would help. I was reluctant, but Ethan thought it might clear the air. So we went to Margaret's house, and it was tense. Lily started by saying how hurt she was that I wasn't supportive. She claimed naming her twins after us was a sweet gesture to honor our family, and she couldn't fathom why I was so negative. I reiterated that it wasn't about negativity, it was about boundaries. I said, "Lily, I'm thrilled for you, but naming your kids after us will cause confusion and feel strange. It's not personal." She wouldn't hear it. She started crying, saying, "I just wanted to do something kind, and now you're making me feel awful." Margaret suggested a compromise. "What if Lily uses your names as middle names?" Before I could respond, Ethan spoke up. He said, "Mom, Lily, this isn't about compromise. We've said we're uncomfortable, and that should be enough." Lily looked stunned and snapped, "I can't believe you're siding with her over your sister." Ethan replied, "This isn't about sides. It's about respect. If you can't honor our boundaries, we might need to step back." Lily stormed out and Margaret looked devastated. It was chaos. Since then, things have been strained. Lily hasn't spoken to us, and she's been posting cryptic social media updates like, "Family can hurt you the most, and not everyone gets your heart." Some relatives have told me, "You know how Lily is, just let it slide." Or, "Can't you be the bigger person?" I've tried to be understanding, but it feels like Lily always spins herself as the victim. Update 2. Hey everyone, it's me again, and things have gotten even crazier since my last update. I thought Lily would calm down after storming out of the family meeting, but she didn't. Her passive-aggressive social media posts continued with jabs like, "Some people can't stand others' joy," or "Envy is ugly." I ignored them, knowing engaging would make things worse. Then she did something shocking. She sent a group text to our extended family announcing her twins' names, Ethan Jr. and Olivia Grace. I was stunned. After all our objections, she went ahead and publicized those names. Ethan and I were floored. I considered letting it go, but the thought of family gatherings with 2 Ethans and 2 Olivias felt absurd and intentional. It seemed like a power play. To my surprise, I learned Lily's husband, Noah, 28 male, had no idea we'd objected to the names. He thought we were flattered. Ethan found this out during a casual call with Noah, who mentioned how touched we were by the names. Ethan clarified our stance, and Noah was mortified. Apparently, Lily had kept him in the dark about the drama. Noah was already frustrated with Lily for making unilateral decisions, and this was the breaking point. He told Ethan he'd confront her that night. The next day, Lily texted me, cold and bitter, "Hope you're satisfied. We're changing the names. Congrats on winning." No apology, just resentment. I didn't respond, knowing it would fuel her fire. Later, Margaret called me, crying. Lily had gone to her house after fighting with Noah, ranting about how I was controlling and envious, trying to ruin her moment. Margaret said, "You know Lily's sensitive. Can't you two work this out?" I explained that I'd been civil and only asked her not to use our names. Margaret was sympathetic but still urged me to let it go. Lily then posted a long social media rant about toxic family members who steal your happiness. She didn't name me, but her friends' comments like, "Don't let haters stop you, and your babies deserve those names," made it clear. I stayed silent, knowing a public fight would escalate things, but Lily kept pushing, sending me a vicious text. "My kids will know exactly who you are." That cut deep, especially while navigating my pregnancy's stress. Ethan had enough and called Noah, asking him to rein Lily in. Noah stepped up, making her delete the post and stop contacting me. Since then, she's been silent, no texts, calls, or posts. I'm relieved but wary, knowing she's likely just biding her time. Noah apologized privately, embarrassed by Lily's actions and promising to prevent further escalation. I felt for him, caught in the middle. Ethan's support has been my anchor through this. Some family members still think I should have let it go, but I stand by our boundaries. If Lily can't respect them, that's her issue, not mine. Update 3, I thought the drama was over after Lily agreed to change the names, thanks to Noah's intervention. But 2 weeks later, Ethan got a text from Noah. Lily had chosen new names, Ethan and Olive. I stared at the message, hoping it was a mistake. It wasn't. The names were technically different, but so close it was obvious what she was doing. Noah was upset too. He'd thought they'd agreed on unrelated names, but Lily picked these behind his back. I don't understand why she's so fixated on tying her twins' names to us. Maybe it's about control or some need to one-up us. I was exhausted and told Ethan we should drop it. The names were just different enough that fighting would seem petty. He agreed. But Lily wasn't done. At a family gathering at Ethan's parents' house, she kept mentioning Ethan and Olive, glancing at me like she was baiting a reaction. "Olive's already got such a spark," she'd say, smirking. "Ethan's been fussy. Maybe he'll be dramatic like his Aunt Olivia." It was deliberate. Worse, she started spinning the story to others, acting like she'd made a gracious compromise while I was unreasonable. I can deal with the annoyance, but I'm done with her. The stress is too much, especially while pregnant. Update 4, hi everyone. Things quieted down as my due date approached. Lily kept her distance, and I focused on preparing for our baby. 2 weeks early, I went into labor. It was a whirlwind. Contractions started, and soon I was in the delivery room. Ethan barely had time to notify family before I gave birth to our healthy, perfect son. Holding him, all the drama faded. He was everything. We wanted a quiet evening with just the three of us, so we told family to hold off on visits. But hours later, a nurse mentioned my sister-in-law was in the waiting area. I assumed it was Ethan's other sister, but it was Lily. She'd shown up unannounced without asking. Exhausted, I told the nurse we weren't ready for visitors. Lily texted me all cheery at first. "So excited for my nephew, can't wait to meet him." I didn't reply. Then came, "I'm in the lobby, let me know when I can come up." Ethan texted her that we needed time, and her tone shifted. "I can't believe you're shutting me out after all I've done for this family." We ignored her, but she texted Margaret, who called Ethan, saying Lily was just excited and it was harsh to exclude her. Ethan stood firm. Then a nurse returned, looking uneasy. Lily had complained to hospital staff, claiming she had a right to see her nephew. Thankfully, hospital policy backed us and she left, but not before telling staff I was being spiteful. Days later, Lily texted Ethan, accusing us of punishing her for wanting to be involved. Ethan explained we just needed space to bond with our son, but she spun it to family, claiming I was bitter about her twins' names. Some relatives bought her story, urging me to let it go. Ethan called her, saying she'd meet our son when we were ready, but only if she stopped manipulating. She cried, claiming she was misunderstood, but her actions only worsened things. She's barely spoken to us since, though she's still spinning her victim narrative to family. We're focused on our son now. That's what matters. Update 5, I thought we were done with Lily's drama. She'd stopped contacting us, and her social media jabs had ceased. For a few weeks, life was calm. Ethan returned to work, and I settled into a routine with our son. One day, I ran to the grocery store while my mom watched him. In the baby aisle, I heard Lily's voice behind me. My heart sank. I hoped she'd pass by, but she didn't. She started with a snarky comment about me finally being out in public. Then she unleashed a tirade, accusing me of tearing the family apart, keeping my son from her, and turning people against her. I could barely respond before she called me selfish and manipulative, claiming my actions were stressing her pregnancy and that her doctor had warned her to stay calm for the twins. She followed me down the aisle, blocking me, blaming me for her sleepless nights and chaotic life. I stayed quiet, too stunned to argue, and walked away. She kept shouting after me. In my car, I was shaking too much to drive. Overwhelmed, I called a cab, leaving my car in the lot. At home, I told Ethan everything. He was livid and called Lily, telling her that cornering me was unacceptable and we were done, no more chances. We blocked her on everything. Ethan informed our family, and while some tried to guilt us into reconciling, most understood. Those who didn't, that's their issue. I know Lily will paint herself as the victim, claiming we abandoned her. But her manipulative, toxic behavior, culminating in that grocery store ambush, proved she won't change. I'm angry not at our decision, but at her ability to twist the narrative. Ethan and I are done letting her drag us into her chaos. We're focused on our son and building a peaceful life. I hope Lily gets help, but her problems aren't ours to solve anymore.